2014 marks the 30th anniversary of Ghostbusters. It was celebrated by a remastered print of the film shown in over 700 theaters across the country, and its first time release on Blu-ray. West Virginia was one of the states lucky enough to get a special viewing of the movie, and it was in part thanks to the Ghostbusters West Virginia division, a fan group who dresses up like characters from the movies, complete with their own light-up proton packs. I talked to Kevin Pauley, the founder, and team member Dave Humphreys about the organization.
This all started when my son wanted me to dress up as a Ghostbuster for Halloween, and being someone who does a lot of theater and being a movie geek, if I'm going to do it, it's go big or go home. So I discovered a website called gbfans.com, and it turns out there are people all over the world who not only dress up like Ghostbusters, but they have their own franchises that help raise funds for different charities and just do really cool things in society, which I thought was just fantastic. So put together the costume, that was all great. And then I thought, I really would like to do this whole franchise thing. Ever since I was a kid, loved Ghostbusters. It would be really cool to do something where you can take your fandom and make a difference in someone's life.
And make a difference they have. You can see them looking for ghosts and donations at various events across West Virginia. The group is not only celebrating fandom, it's also giving back.
Really, the best thing about it is how much good we've been able to do for people. Last year, when we raised money and we went out and bought all kinds of toys for the kids at Christmas. I personally went out shopping all night on Black Friday with our $1,000 and made it stretch many, many times farther than it normally would have.
After starting the Facebook page, the team was hit with all kinds of requests on not only how people could help, but how could they join up.
Like, oh my gosh, I would love to do that. I've always wanted to be a Ghostbuster. And I was like, hey, that's great. Come be a Ghostbuster. So the next thing you know, we started building up a team. And in 2013 at Shaka Khan, we made our official debut to society. And it was great. We had about 8 members, and since then we've about doubled that now. And in the interim, we've been able to visit hospitals and see kids. We've been able to raise thousands of dollars for the Children's Home Society of West Virginia and for the American Heart Association here in West Virginia.
Raising money isn't entirely what the Ghostbusters are about. It's also about having fun, and the real fun can be had when curious people come up to the group and ask questions.
I think we all joke, what are the questions you always get asked when we're out in public? And it's A, are you a real Ghostbuster? Can you come to my house? I've got a ghost. B, does that stuff really work? And C, every once in a while, the people who know the movie will say, are you some kind of cosmonaut? So it's interesting the reaction we get. Now, of course, with kids, you definitely expect that you're going to get that question. But when adults ask it, I do get kind of tickled. I'm like, it was a movie. It's not, the real thing, but it does its job. So it's always a fun reaction. Definitely, no matter where you go, you definitely get that, the spotlight goes on you the minute you walk in the door.
To find out more about the organization, you can contact them at ghostbusters.wv@gmail.com and on their Facebook at facebook.com/WVGBS. For WVSU Newsline, I'm Scotty White.